spend any time on X, you're probably aware of a woman named Shiloh Hendrix. In case you aren't, Hendrix has gone viral for allegedly calling a child a racist slur at a playground. The child is black, she's white.
On top of that, she has raised now $500,000 on GiveSendGo. A local chapter of the NAACP, a human rights group, started a fundraiser of their own for the child victim and his family. They've raised $320,000 so far.
There's another similar situation tied into this. In April, a black teenager named Karmelo Anthony was charged with first-degree murder for allegedly stabbing a white 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a track meet. Anthony has also raised over $515,000, which sparked outrage among the right.
Hey, yo, that didn't take long, did it? What's goody, family? Thank you for checking out another episode. I am your host, Wavy. Let's kick this story over to Minnesota, where we have a mom going viral all over the internet. All right, as you can see, she's a white woman. She called a black kid the N-word, and it is sparking a whole bunch of debates online. This is Shiloh Hendrix and her 18-month-old child. Now, she says that when they were at the park, another kid came up to her kid and was taking toys out of his bag. At some point, she approached the kid and starts calling the kid an N-word, and that's where the recording is going to pick up. Then they begin arguing, and she admits that she did, and that's all that you need for this to take on a life of its own online. Now, Shiloh started a GoFundMe account to raise money to relocate herself and her family, and it has people online really showing out. For recent months, is being compared to the Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation. I said it during the Metcalf-Anthony situation, and the same applies to this. If you're a person donating to these fundraisers, you are very low IQ. All right, if you donated to Karmelo Anthony, you're, in my opinion, in the wrong. And if you donated to this woman, then in my opinion, you're in the wrong. At the end of the day, this is a grown woman who was speaking to a child, whether the child was 5 or 10 or 17, it was still a child, and she meant it in a derogatory and disrespectful way. But people are online championing it. Some people are saying that it's white people are fatigued with black people, N-word fatigue.
Every race can and should defend and root for their own, but white people, and white people only, should not be conscious of their race at all. None of it is fair or morally coherent. And the Karmelo Anthony case, where a black teen raked in $500,000 as a reward for stabbing a white kid to death, was, for a lot of people, the final straw.
Political analyst Rob Smith wrote on X, black racist crowdfunded for Karmelo Anthony, white racist crowdfunded for Shiloh Hendrix. Both are wrong. Please touch grass, visit the real world where blacks and whites and Latinos and Asians and everyone else aren't in some imaginary race war.
It really makes you wonder if this is how black people are perceived by every other race. But then again, this is way up in Tim Walz's Minnesota.
Did you call the word? It is not business. You call him an. Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? No bar. No bar. Listen. All right, that's what you say. Somebody digging to you. That little kid, you call him a little child?
What if he acts like one? He's gonna.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act.
That's what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
Is this the black fatigue I keep hearing so much about? Now they willing to crash out over kids? I've been to the park before. I've taken my kids to the park, and other people's kids come up to your bags, come up to your... I had one little 4-year-old break one of my Stanley cups when I took it to the park. That's just what kids do. They pick it up. I had a straw in it. She picked it up, threw the straw and all that. It's not that deep. It was a little white girl. What am I going to go call her little names? A little Viking, a little colonizer, a little cave dweller? No, I'm not going to do all of that. I'm going to chalk it up to it's a kid. But this is how she as an adult, decided to react to a child doing what kids are going to do, saying that that little kid is acting like an N-word, so that's what she's going to call him. Well, in a similar situation I just told you that I was in, you know, an adult is going to do what an adult is going to do. A meth head going to do what a meth head is going to do. This is going to be the kid from the video. And people are online saying this kid doesn't look 5 years old. He probably looks closer to 10 years old. Okay, that could be true, but is he not still a kid? Does him being 10-year-old give him all of the maturity and mental fortitude as a grown adult? She's the one that has a child. She can't speak to a child. Let's take everything she said as the truth. Okay, this child was going into her kid's bag. Okay, you're an adult. Can you not use that as an opportunity to tell the child, hey, you don't do that? Hey, where are your parents? Let me go tell your parents or something like that. Instead, you're going to sit there and call the kid an N-word. She probably thought nobody was going to be there to defend this kid. And luckily, this guy that was recording was there to post this video. Now, people are circulating a lot about the guy that actually recorded the video. And I've not seen anything confirmed on what they're alleging, so I'm not even gonna get too deep into that. This lady is really lucky that this kid didn't have a big back linebacker mama to come lay her ass out for talking to that kid like that. The Independent writes, MAGA turns N-word shouting woman into folk hero and blames Texas stabbing for outpouring of support, including from Matt Walsh, where a lot of these people believe that Shiloh was taking a stand, fighting back against the recent white oppression. But I would respond that this is a grown woman speaking to a child. Okay, at least with the Texas situation, that those were two 17-year-old boys. Okay, this is a 30-something-year-old woman, I'm guessing. Can't tell because meth ages you as all hell, with a 5, 10, 13-year-old kid. Like I said, if you donated to either one of these causes, whether you donated to Karmelo Anthony or you donated to Shiloh Hendrix, to me, that was very stupid. Black people came together to donate hundreds of thousands of dollars to Karmelo Anthony just because he's black, in a case that I don't think that he'll beat, but we'll see how the trial plays out. Now, on the flip side, we have white people donating hundreds of thousands to this woman for calling a little kid the N-word. To any of the scientists and physicists out there that donated to either one of these fundraisers, if you remove the races, honestly, would you have donated to them? Probably not, because you wouldn't have even heard about it. And I think I'm going to close it up right there. What do you think about this situation? Do you think Shiloh Hendrix was the victim? This 5-year-old, for all we know, was probably robbing her kid at gunpoint. You know, born out the womb YN that came to the park just to stir up trouble. He was over there going around to all of the little 18-month-old bags and was trying to steal their diapers and their bottles and binkies and got caught by her. And that's what she had to do to get him to back up. She had to remind him of who he truly was. Because this kid, if he didn't dislike white people before, now he has the better chance of loving them because he was shown so much tenderness and affection by a woman from the Caucasus. People are right to have donated almost $1 million to her to relocate her family because she, along with all white people, shouldn't have to deal with black people. White people have had enough black fatigue that they're just going to now lash out at anyone, whether it's a child, the elderly, the disabled, the handicapped, because they see theirs being attacked so much. Or do you think Shiloh Hendrix is a moron? You are a grown woman. You are a mother. Instead of you have a little bit of compassion, a little bit of softness and femininity with this child that she says was going through her child's bag or stole a toy or something like that, you just immediately go to hate speech. Immediately go to the worst thing in your mind, in her mind, that she felt she could have called that kid. That's immediately what she went to. And it's just a reminder, no matter how much these white people smile and laugh in your face, that if you do something to upset them, or maybe even when you're not in the room and not present, they're going to refer to you as the N-word, because that's all that they seem to see black people as, whether they're down south and the racism is overt, or they're up north and the racism is covert. Either way, I'm interested to know whatever you're thinking in the comments section. Till the next video, please be safe and stay wavy.
Repetition is the father of learning.